Men of Reddit, what's something your partner does in bed that you don't have the heart to say no, stop? She started watching these damn ASMR streams on TikTok of people eating food or tapping on random surfaces, and I couldn't sleep. When at a mall I told her, hey, would you like a pair of Bluetooth headphones so you can hear your ASMR better? She said yes, and I've been sleeping like a baby again since. My wife thinks I will stay harder longer if she puts her vibrator on my balls when I'm doing her doggy style. It just feels awkward, and sometimes she pushes too hard. But then she will say, yeah, daddy likes this, doesn't he? And I just hang on to those words to keep going lol. I was with a girl for a while whose idea of kissing was just sticking her tongue in my mouth. Formato suck? Or something. She just shoved it in and did nothing. I had no idea how to address kissing with her. Shoves her icy hands and feet onto my nice warm under the cover skin. She is absolutely incapable of generating her own body warmth, and I have to go to bed earlier Tonner, so I've had a nice few hours to build up warmth for her to steal. She hates the cold though, so I put up with it because I love her and I know it makes her feel better. Sucking on my nipples. It doesn't do anything for him, but she enjoys it, so I won't say anything. All jokes aside, most men will never say it, but 75% of women don't give good head. Some guys don't even realize that great blowjobs exist. For all the bullshit women propagate about men not being ableto please, the vast majority aren't dynamite in bed in general. Most men I've discussed this with all agree. We won't complain about it. It still feels good and it's a turn on for sure. Lord knows if we bitched then they'd get upset and not do it at all. She eats frozen grapes as I am falling asleep. It's like I am sleeping next to a squirrel going through their stash of acorns. I am about to start sleeping with earplugs in. Honestly, she always wants to have a go late at night. I'm a morning or afternoon guy, maybe early evening. It's always go time like right before she wants to sleep, and sometimes I just don't have it in me, but I'll always force it anyway even though I just want to veg. Rotates. Slowly throughout the night she'll rotate me 60 degrees anti-clockwise before the dawn as my space gets progressively smaller. It's unintentional, so I can't just tell her to stop, and it's somewhat cute. Occasionally she'll put her clothes back on at some point in the day. And, like, not a fan. I sleep on my back. She always wants me to big spoon her, so I end up having trouble falling asleep. But it's worth it. Snore at deafening volume. Steals the covers. My ex was very aggressive in wanting me to choke her during sex when she was drunk. I had enjoyed some light BDSM, bondage, spanking, etc. in the past, but hadn't focused on that in years. So, fast forward and I have my new GF move in with me after me spending a few months abroad in her country. One night while rather drunk, and she ends up demanding I choke her, like a man, as we fuck. I tell her I'm really not feeling it and she loses her shit, explaining how her ex could man up and make her happy, etc. So, I, with tears in my eyes, proceed to basically choke her out while in the act. She pretty much passes out and afterwards says, WTF. I almost passed out, and is really traumatized by it, Asami. Bad situation all round. Redditors who have had a threesome with their so, how did the relationship turn out after sex? My girlfriend asked me who I would like a threesome with. Then she got angry. Apparently, I was supposed to name only one person. I had a threesome with one of my friends and her then fiancé. They ended up splitting up for unrelated reasons. He tried to hook up with me afterwards and she invited me for a threesome with her current BF. Low let it to add, the unrelated reason is that he got drunk, did coke, and hit her. She didn't even know he did coke. Pretty sure it had nothing to do with the threesomes. Transformed from a significant other to just another. It destroyed our marriage. Well, the fact that the chick he brought it he was fucking behind my back was what did it truly. I had a threesome with one of my close friends and her boyfriend of like 5 years, at the time. She wanted to surprise him and boy did it work. It was fun. We ended up doing it a few more times. They are still together and doing well, and my friendship with them has never changed. Only difference is now we have inside jokes and references together. The sex was fine. We invited a third for a fun night at a hotel with a jacuzzi and drinks. But then the third person didn't leave, nor did they leave in the morning after breakfast, and the next night after dinner we literally had to ask him to leave so we could continue our vacation as a couple in privacy. It gave us a funny story to joke about for years and didn't affect our relationship. Relationship with who, your so or the third person involved? My so brought her very close female friend for a threesome as a Christmas present to me one year. I was really nervous, but they made me feel super comfortable and able to just enjoy the experience. I'm still with my so and the friend is still as a friend. We don't see her very much as she lives in a diff country, but it's in no way awkward. Went on a vacation with my ex and her best friend from out of state. It was heavily alluded to that way we're going to give a threesome a go. We all arrive at the hotel, and her friend turns on the TV while we unpack. It was by chance an episode of Jerry Springer, or some equivalent type of show, that the subject was, "Our threesome ruined my life." Obviously it didn't happen. Absolutely fine. We've had MFM and FMF threesomes. But we talked about it beforehand, set out boundaries, and shared our feelings post. ID's definitely not for everyone, and I would never recommend it to anyone who has the slightest doubts. Haven't been in a threesome, but my GF had 2 on the same day with her previous partner, which is when she realized she was actually into girls more. So in a way, I can thank those threesomes for my relationship. She doesn't like it when I bring this up, lol. What do men think when caught staring at women's breasts? Quick. Pretend you have a disorder where you can't stop looking at everything, then frantically start looking at every object around me. That Hagrid meme. I should not have done that. Should not have done that. I look away and my brain goes, fuck. I hate everything. Why did you stare like a weirdo? I turn red of embarrassment and start to sweat. Woman here. This happened at a nail salon. There was one millennial tech who worked there. It was really hot outside, so I was wearing a tank top, despite having a large chest. I was there for a mani pedi, and as soon as I sat down in the pedi chair, I turned the massage feature on. I didn't realize at the time, but it made my chest shake. A lot. I caught this poor guy watching. He was completely embarrassed when our eyes met. I just laughed. The worst is when you aren't actually looking at the boobs, you're just starting into space in the direction of the boobs. Then you have to be like, sorry, I wasn't looking at your boobs, I was zoning out. Or not that I wouldn't want to look at them, sure they are lovely, but I was actually just thinking about the Roman Empire. Anyways, gonna go slink away now. This happened to me at the pool over the summer. I thought, oh shit. Mouthed, sorry, and gave her grimace face. She seemed like she was cool about it all. Get a good look, Costanza? What is an easy way to non-sexually pleasure a man? Feed him. As a recently divorced man, deprived for many years of affection and compliments, I have to say that nothing is better than a hugs, kiss on the cheek, hair, scalp scratches, compliments, especially when you get a haircut and or dress nice, and being interested in your hobbies. I was always the one giving them in marriage, but hardly ever got them back. Complimenting him. I still find great pleasure in remembering compliments I've been given years ago. Back, hair rubs. Give him some attention and some of your time. Americans, what is something that Europeans have, that makes no sense to you? In Germany, apartments don't normally come with a kitchen. It's purchased, installed by the tenant. Sometimes you luck out, but not usually. Edit. Because this comment blew up, here's an article talking about it. 806. Apartments don't come with kitchens in Germany. No AC, sure fine, but then no screens on your windows so all the bugs get in? Not sure if thesis all of Europe, but def the UK. Also no top sheets? IDK if it's all Europeans, but Germans have a real big problem with staring like I owe them money. Also paying to use the bathroom in public spaces. I am from Europe myself, UK, and find it strange some people here have carpet in their bathroom. It's disgusting. It's not that it makes no sense, but I've always been curious how carbonated water became the default in many places. The smoking. I stayed with a host family in France, and my 16-year-old host sister smoked like a chimney, as did all her friends. Like you're so young. Why? Till most of the Europeans here are either UK or Germans. My British grandma always had a plastic tub in the sink to soak dishes. It seems so weird to have ASINK in a sink basically. What's something that sounds great when you're horny but once you came you'd never do? Cheating. Remember folks, if you think it's worth it, rub one out and then decide. Walking out of work for a booty call and getting fired for leaving. Being tied up really tightly and complicated. I'd actually have a panic attack if I couldn't move, but my vagina thinks I want to do it. I was really curious about the domination stuff, and I was really curious to go to a dungeon. Once I got the first few whiplashes, I said the safe word and left about 10 minutes into the session. Me and my friend were supposed to take a visiting foreign professor for drinks. After a couple of beers, the guy told us that he wanted to see some women. We took him to a soft-core strip club. After the first beer, the guy said that he wanted something more extreme. Prostitution is legal in my country, and we took the guy to probably the largest bar with sex workers of our city. It was a bizarre place, and after a few minutes our reputable visiting academic sealed the deal with a lady. The guy went with the lady to her room and came back after about 15 minutes. Suddenly the guy said that he was tired and wanted to head back to his hotel. On the ride back, the guy started weeping and telling us about his family and giving us advice about why we should love and respect our partners. I had never seen so much post-nut regret in my life. Sad guy. Deleted. Pretty much all of the porn I watch. I watch things he'd never do or am into. Hate fucking looks hot and intense at first, until you realize you fucking hate him, her, and their mere presence feels revolting. Men who got vasectomies, what happened afterwards? What side effects were present and how did it affect your sex life? What comes out? Sore for a few days, cream pies for life. Kids were still on the couch when I returned from the procedure. Fail. It was sore for a couple of days. After that, nothing at all changed except now I can't make babies anymore. So when I'm with a long-term partner, we don't need to use condoms or any other form of birth control. There's no change at all in what comes out in terms of volume, consistency, etc. No changes to my sex drive either. It's a really simple and effective procedure. I didn't notice a difference. Spunk still glows in the dark like before. I had a V when I was 40. No big changes. But my wife turned into a sex machine. She wanted it all the time. She hated taking the pill and condoms felt fake.